So I have already uploaded my 21st update, but I have not. So, for those of you that have been watching all of my videos, I was going to have an energy reading to help me push through this weight loss block that I have been experiencing. And I have not yet updated you on how that went. So, I guess I went, obviously, and I did not realize how hard it was going to be. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. So, my energy worker, who is amazing, amazing. I will put her Instagram feed in the description box below. You need to go to her if you've ever thought about getting some energy work done. She is incredible. She is so in tune and she's such a sweetheart. And I just really love her work. She also does kind of a shamanistic approach to it as well, which is really interesting. And she kind of combined, whatever the word is, kind of the Reiki energy along with the shamanistic energy, and it was just really interesting, and it was really good. So don't be alarmed if you do go to her that there's a little bit of shamanistic approach to it, which I loved. I loved it. So it was really fun. But with that being said, I was not prepared for the built up emotions that I had that had manifested in my body. And she helped me release some of that, and it was like an overwhelming amount of emotion that I had built up, and I didn't realize it. And a lot of that was that I was holding on to my miscarriages. So for those of you that don't know, I've had 4, possibly 5 miscarriages. I'm not 100% sure on the 5th one because I did not have it. Doctor, I never went to the doctor with it. It was just so early. So, I was holding on to those miscarriages, and it was manifesting negatively in my body. If you know the terminology, they're like cords and things like that kind of hold on to your energy, and they make it so that your energy can't run smoothly. And it also keeps you into the stage of grief, and it can manifest in different ways. So for me, weight gain has been a huge part of the manifestation of grief, because I feel like with the grief, I get really emotional, and sometimes I don't even know why, and now I do, but I get really emotional and distraught, and I don't feel grounded. I kind of just feel like my energy's all over the place, and I don't feel grounded. And so a way to help me feel grounded and be present in my body is that I will eat, because that sensation of eating makes me feel like I am in my body. Does that make sense? So that pleasure of eating and like sweet things, it could be anything. It could be like a steak dinner, because that's still pleasurable, right? So it makes me feel grounded, and because I'm having such a hard time being grounded because of all of the grief and the built up emotions that I have manifested in my body. Excuse me. So it was interesting because things I was holding on to, it was really hard for me to let go. And I really feel like I have let go a lot of it, but I still believe there's a few things that I still need to work through my own personal meditation and prayer. Because my belief is that my higher power, which is my God, it's kind of all connected. So everybody can have their own beliefs, right? And some of you might think, this woman is cuckoo crazy. I don't believe anything she has to say. That's totally fine. You are allowed to have your own beliefs and your own, I guess it's beliefs. So, opinions, right? And that's totally okay. You don't have to watch this video. And if you're curious, that's okay. You can continue watching. So, for me, I believe that God is the higher power and that he's giving us these tools to help heal and to help our lives, which in turn comes with the energy work, whether it's Reiki, shamanism, prayer, meditation, any of those things. I feel like he's given us to work on our bodies and to heal ourselves and to create fuller and healthier lives. And so with this realization of grief just being stuck in my body and causing me harm, it's been a rocky few weeks. And I have had a lot of instances of binge eating. And I think it just kind of comes with a part of trying to release this grief and trying to release this pain because those habits are coming to the surface. Does that make sense? So I have gained back a good 7 pounds with this binge eating, and it's really hard. But this realization of what's going on with me has helped so much, because I can say, hey, does my body really need this food, or am I just trying to ground myself, or am I just trying to find pleasure, or I'm trying to hide the true feelings, or is my body really hungry and maybe I need to find something healthier to eat? So with all of this realization, it's helping me kind of see where it's coming from. Where are these cravings coming from? Is it physiological, or is it mental, or is it energetically, or is it psychologically, And so that realization is helping me see. And lately I have not been strong enough to say no. I at least know where it's coming from. I know that it's psychologically. I'm like, okay, it's psychological, but I still really want that cookie, It's still really hard. But I think that realization will coincide with the ability to say no. And I think that ability to say no will come with the calm and with the peace and with the respect that I am trying so hard to create for myself. Because I realized that control, is there really control? Is there control? I don't really know. I don't really think so. I think what control is, that we might be calling a name for it, is the calm and the peace. If I feel calm and at peace, I don't feel the need to self-medicate with food. But if I feel distraught and upset and anxious and depressed, then I feel like I need to self-medicate with food. And so control, I'm going to throw that out the door, because I don't know if it really exists. But what I do know exists is the calm and peace and a self-assurance and a respect for myself. And that's what I want to focus on. Because that is what's going to help me to have the strength to say no. And to not even get those cravings in the first place. When I have that self-assurance and that peace in my heart, I don't even get those cravings. And I have tasted that ever so often in my journey of self-discovery. And I've realized that most of it is the power in my mind, right? And the love that I have for myself and the respect that I have for myself. So, with my energy reading journey, I have learned a lot. I feel like I have come a long way. Yes, the scale has gone up, but I think a lot of that is because a lot of my emotion and sorrow and grief has been surfaced, right? And we can't release it unless it's been surfaced. And that is something that I need to continue on working, and I will continue on that journey. With my husband and I wanting more children, I feel like I might not be ready for more children until I fully grieve the ones that we have lost and release those emotions and let go, because I've been holding on to them. And I have every right to, and I believe, and my beliefs is that I will see them again and it will be a beautiful reunion. But I'm holding on to them and not in a positive way. And I think it's causing havoc in my mind, in my heart, and in my body and my soul. So I need to release that and let go. And remember them in peace and light, and not in sorrow and grief. Does that make sense? So that's what I've been going through. And I really feel like I'm gonna get a handle of it, and it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna push through this, and it's going to be beautiful. But the process is gonna be hard. But I also think the process will be beautiful. We have ups and downs, and that's okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video has helped some of you out there, because that's the whole purpose in this, right? Is to helping one another and to be a positive light for one another. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.